What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the ACSA Dynasty here on Maximum Football 2020. Today's matchup features two teams from the Big North Conference, featuring the number 3 team in the nation and the DeKalb A&M Barbs, going on the road to play against Detroit State. Coming into today's matchup 5-1, and also coming in, I believe, the number 22 team in the country. So it should be a very good matchup. Will be fun to watch for sure. So if you're excited about today's ACSA video, do me a favor and please smash that like button as well as hit subscribe if you do happen to be brand new to the channel. Let's go ahead and get this game underway here in Detroit, Michigan. Let's go. So now it is time to find out if DeKalb A&M has what it takes to get the job done, or will Detroit State be able to upset them? As whatever you think of this Detroit State football team, they have certainly had one of the tougher schedules in the ACSA. This is now their third top 25 matchup that they have had to deal with. Although that's not going to help the cause, though, as DeKalb A&M falls on a fumble. A very unforced error by the Detroit State Pitbulls. And so because of that, DeKalb A&M is going to start with the football, and they are usually very good at getting points off of turnovers. We'll see if that will still be the case here in today's game, as Walker does scramble to the left-hand side, able to pick up the pick up some good yards. So now 2nd and 3. Walker looking around once again, going to be able to get to the outside with ease, and even does himself a favor and gets out of bounds. Doesn't even have to worry about sliding, as they are now on the 30-yard line. Walker going to the left-hand side, tries to complete the pass, but it is incomplete. So now the Barbarians looking at a 3rd and 6. Walker gonna fake them. No, he's gonna actually scramble. Thought he was gonna throw that thing downfield. Decided to tuck it and run. And it was a good decision by the quarterback as well, because he's able to get another first down using the legs. But he can do it with the arm too, but it's incomplete. He almost had himself a touchdown right there. As now the Barbarians facing a 3rd and 10, 5 wide set. The Pitbulls sending the blitz, but they go short to Williams, who ends up going backwards, but somehow finds the line of scrimmage though. And so the Barbarians settle for a field goal. So they are able to get points, but only a field goal. So kind of a win for Detroit State, as on their next drive, it's a much better result. Able to beat the DeKalb A&M defense for a huge play, leading to a touchdown. Detroit State now taking the lead. Pitbulls now up 7-3. And then we'll see how DeKalb A&M can respond. It only has one more man to beat. Tolbert does. That one last line of defense does its job and makes the tackle. So now 2nd and 8. 2 plays later, Walker on a read option, actually going to go ahead and take it himself before sliding down and picking up a nice first down. Is down 2 plays later once again, 2nd and 10. Going to the left-hand side, tries to get it to his running back. But the running back couldn't find where the football was. And so another 3rd down for the Barbarians, as they send this one, try to get it upfield, but it's incomplete again. And so Detroit State has an opportunity now to build off their lead. We'll see if they can do just that, as they now face 2nd and 9, going to try to connect on the slant pattern, but that pass was actually dropped. So now we got ourselves a 3rd and 9 coming up here. We'll see what Vaughn can do. He's going to drop back the pass, going to try to throw it over the middle and get to the Zubai, one of his favorite targets during these ACSA primetime matchups. Nelson Zubai ends up picking up the first down for him that time around. So the Pitbull drive continues to keep going, and now they are across that 50-yard line. As now 2 plays later, Vaughn dropping back to pass once again. Going to send this thing down to the right-hand side, but there's coverage out there who deflects that pass away. As now they face 3rd and 6 once again. Got to end up picking up this first down here. You need to get some points up against the DeKalb A&M if you want a chance. But going backwards is not it, Chief. And they're going to be short of the first down marker. Giving this ball back to the Barbarians. they have an opportunity to take the lead for the first time today, at least since early in this quarter, as Detroit State has actually played pretty well in this first quarter of play, and they do end up being up 7-3 because of how well they have played early on in this football game. We'll see if that continues throughout the remainder of this ball game, though, as we now cut back to this DeKalb A&M offense facing a 3rd and 4 now. Walker is looking around, is going to end up scrambling himself. Don't even need to worry about sliding down because he is a very tough athlete, and we certainly saw it right there. As now Josh Walker and company got another 1st and 10 to work with. Going to hand it off to the fullback on the next play, but there's a holding penalty. So that's going to bring him back a notch. So now 1st and 20 for the Barbarians, but they're just going to send this thing deep. And Bates makes the grab and breaks the tackle too. Walking into the end zone. Touchdown to DeKalb A&M. And so the Barbarians take the lead back. And now we got ourselves a lead once again for the number 3 team in the nation. We'll see how Detroit State can respond as they face 1st and 10 on their 27-yard line. Vaughn actually does a nice job scrambling to the right-hand side, picking up a 1st down and nearly getting to the 40-yard line in the process. You certainly love to see that. But on 2nd and 6, they hand it off to Clark. He fumbles the football, though, and DeKalb A&M is able to recover. But the Pit Bulls dodge a bullet because DeKalb A&M actually goes 3 and out on the following possession. They are pinned deep, but they at least don't allow any points. You can't turn the football over when you're playing against a top 5 team. If you want to take them down, you know, winning that turnover battle is going to be huge if Detroit State is going to be able to pull off this upset here today. So let's see if they can do better with their ball security. As 1st and 10, Clark going up the middle, able to pick up 8 yards, and more importantly, able to hold on to the football as well on top of that. So now 2nd and short now for the Pit Bulls, getting it out to Vaughn, who does get it out to Horkia on the left-hand side for a 1st down. As now another 1st and 10 going to the right-hand side, finds Wolf, who has his legs taken out, but he's going to be fine. Looks like the defender that made the tackle gets a little shaken up. However, he will remain in the game. So Detroit State's possession will still continue, but there's a holding penalty on this running play. That's going to bring them back a notch. Of 1st and 20 kind of situations that you don't necessarily want to be in. But look at this, though. A nice passing pattern to get it over to Taylor. So that is going to really help out the Detroit State cause. Is now 2nd and 5. Vaughn dropping back. He's got plenty of time. Has a clean pocket as well. And a lot of green grass that he was able to take advantage of as well. Picking up his 1st down. He's now 1st and 10. Vaughn going to the right-hand side. Tries to throw it to an underneath crossing route. But that's incomplete, though. Now 2nd and 10. Going to Zubai. What a hit that he takes. But still is able to hang on to the football none of the less. So now another 1st and 10 coming up. Vaughn dropping back, going to try to go over the middle, but it's incomplete as well. A 2nd and 10 now coming up. Now facing 3rd and 11. Vaughn going to drop back the pass, trying to get it across the field, but it's incomplete still. So Detroit State did have to settle for a field goal, but at the very least they were able to tie this football game up. This game is now tied at 10 midway through this 2nd quarter of play. We'll see if DeKalb A&M, and more specifically Josh Walker and company, will have anything to say about that, though, as they do face a 3rd and 1 on Detroit State's side of the football field, as Finu is going to actually try to run for the 1st down. Does a really good job with that carry. Now got another 1st and 10, 37-yard line. Walker going to try to scramble upfield and ends up sliding down for a decent gain as well. Detroit State doing a good job covering the receivers for the most part, but I'll tell you what, Josh Walker is able to get loose to a degree with his legs. It's only going to be a matter of time before that passing game starts to open up. We'll see if it starts here. 3rd and 3. No, it's going to be a run to the right-hand side to Finu once again. He's going to be able to pick up the 1st down with ease. And so DeKalb A&M now in the red zone. Got to make some plays here on defense. as they nearly give up a touchdown on the next play. Thankfully, it was overthrown, leading to the 2nd and 10. But how much longer can they keep this up? Walker going to try to scramble, but actually breaks a tackle and nearly gets to the first down marker in the process, though. So a 3rd and short now coming up for the Pit Bulls. So now 3rd and 1. Going to be, looks like a running play to the right-hand side. It is that. Fanu able to get the first down, but is thrown back shortly afterwards. Still a 1st and goal situation for the Barbarians. See if they can take this lead right now before the end of the first half, and he does. Fanu walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Barbarians. And DeKalb A&M going into the halftime break, coming in with a 17-10 lead. Second half of this ACSA primetime action coming shortly. Alright, so it is now time to get this second half underway. We'll see what Seth Vaughn and company can do, you know, against this DeKalb A&M defense. But for now, we have the offense back on the field. They got a touchdown to end the first half, and then they're also going to get one to start the second half as well. Finding Allen down the right sideline for a 50-yard bomb that leads to a touchdown. And then on top of getting that touchdown, they also force a 3 and out on their next possession as well. So DeKalb A&M starting to look like they want to take control of this game, as they do get another first down. They're back in the red zone once again already. DeKalb A&M playing a lot better here in this second half of play. Is Walker looking around, going to try to chuck this thing deep downfield, and tries to make the leaping grab, but it's incomplete. So now we got ourselves a 3rd and 9 coming up here 2 plays later. Detroit State needs to make a stop here. Let's see if it can happen, as Walker's actually going to try to do a quarterback draw, try to throw them off balance, but they were not fooled that time. And so DeKalb A&M with a 27-10 lead. Detroit State definitely needs to get a response. You know, ever since tying the game up at 10 apiece, the Barbarians have went on a 17-0 run. They got to stop the bleeding here, as Vaughn will try to do just that. Going to scramble out of the pocket, and does end up sliding down outside the 45-yard line. So a nice scramble for Seth Vaughn. Is now 1st and 10. Vaughn dropping back to pass once again. This time throwing it, though, and does get it over to Bennett on the right-hand side for the first down. As we have another 1st and 10 for the Pit Bulls. Going to the right-hand side again, gets it over to Wolf, who picks up some good yardage in the process. Driving still continuing. Let's see if they can get this first down again. Vaughn, this time trying to throw over the middle. It's deflected at the line of scrimmage, and it falls harmlessly to the ground. As they face a 3rd down now. Going to try to get it up to Clark. Can he pick up the yards? No, he does not. 1 yard short. And you want to talk about a lack of faith in the Detroit State offense. They're going to settle for a field goal despite, you know, only needing 1 yard to convert. And it doesn't work out either. They miss the field goal. And so it remains 27-10 right now. DeKalb A&M taking over, trying to throw from the get-go, but it's incomplete. As now the Barbarians facing a 2nd and 10. Walker outside the pocket has plenty of space to work with. He's going to eventually be brought down, though. But it looks like one of the defenders got hurt trying to make that tackle in the process. Might just need some stem and ice, but I'm sure he'll be just fine. But look at this. There's an illegal procedure on DeKalb A&M. It's going to bring him back to about 3rd and 8. Walker dropping back to pass. Needs some time. Going to try to scramble out to the outside. And it's another first down for the Barbarians. So the holding penalty, actually the illegal procedure, doesn't hurt them in the end. Still able to pick up that first down anyways, as they connect downfield for a deep play to the 25-yard line. You'll love to see that if you're a Barbs fan. It's down 2 plays later, 2nd and 9, going over the middle to Adams. Don't know how he came down with that catch, as that was very contested. But it doesn't matter, still able to pick up the first down anyways. And then on the next play, able to connect to Tolbert for another DeKalb A&M touchdown. The Barbarians simply seize control now with 24 unanswered points. You know, and now Detroit State really riding that struggle bus. They really need to come up with a response right now. Let's see if they can get it done here on this 3rd and 10. You know, really need to get some kind of positive momentum here before the end of the 3rd quarter, as Vaughn does scramble and pick up the 1st down, and does, you know, get to about the 40-yard line in the process, so that will help them a little bit. But the Pit Bulls have a huge road to climb up. Down 24 points and only 1 quarter of play left. Seth Vaughn and company need to play their lights out. Need to get some miracles going here in order to come back and win this game, but an illegal procedure on Detroit State is not going to help the cause. A 5-yard penalty to start off the 4th quarter is not how you want to get things going. But Zubai gets carried over to 1st down marker anyways on the following play. You know, so that's good. Let's see if they can convert. 3 plays later, 3rd and 5. Going to go short to Horky, but they're a few yards shy. Be interesting to see if they actually go for it. No, they're going to settle for a longer field goal. They missed from the 30-yard line. This one would be a 59-yarder. And look at this. It's so short. I don't even know what they were thinking. They couldn't hit it when they were on the 30. They tried to do a 59-yard field goal. Don't know what Detroit State was thinking. And Detroit State not only misses the field goal, but they give DeKalb A&M great field position as well. But look at this. Next play, Josh Walker fumbles the football. And so Detroit State has the ball back. But look at this. We have another fumble on the field, but this time Detroit State falls on it. So at least their drive can continue for right now, although it does lead to an incompletion on the next play. So now the Pit Bulls facing a 3rd and 3 on this one. Let's see if they can get the job done here. Vaughn in the shotgun, ready to drop back and pass once again. He's got a clean pocket. He's going to try to run. No, he's going to throw it. It's thrown right to a DeKalb A&M defender. Interception thrown. And I'll tell you what, guys, things are certainly not looking good for the Detroit State Pit Bulls. As now with only about 5.5 minutes left in this game, DeKalb A&M has full control of the game. Detroit State just simply can't do anything right here in this 2nd half. As Walker going to once again throw over the middle to Tobert, who does fumble the football. Wait a minute. Detroit State falls on it. So they have another opportunity to get themselves back into this game. Remember, they recovered a fumble on their last possession, but couldn't do anything with the football, though. So now they'll try again. 1st and 10, trying to go deep. He had a man, but he overthrows him. Incomplete pass. And so now a 3rd and long coming up here. We'll see if Vaughn can recover from missing a wide open touchdown. Gonna throw to right-hand side to Finney, who does at least make the catch, and it's an accurate throw this time around. But they'll face another 3rd down once again a few plays later. Vaughn needs to make a play happen here, and certainly does. Sliding down in order to pick up the 1st down in the process. As now, 2 plays later, 2nd and 7. Vaughn actually going to do a quarterback draw, but fumbles the football and gives it right back to DeKalb A&M. And so the offensive fertility of Detroit State is simply killing these guys right now, as Walker and company in looking to burn some more time off the clock and put an end to the Detroit State Pit Bulls' hopes and dreams once and for all. If Detroit State loses this game, I would not be surprised if they fell outside the top 25, given how they're playing right now. Given, you know, maybe if they make some sort of run here in the last few minutes, maybe the pollsters will think a little differently. But right now it's not looking good, especially after giving up a long pass play. Allen going to be forced out of bounds eventually inside the 10-yard line. So the Barbs almost get themselves another touchdown. But instead they're inside the 10, 3rd and goal. They do get stuffed, so they don't get the touchdown that they wanted maybe. But this game is well out of hand. Detroit State calling a timeout just to say that they're not going to quit. But they're down 27 points with a minute and a half. At this point, all we got going on right here is some garbage time play. So we'll see if the Pit Bulls can do anything, although Zubai makes a nice catch up field at the very least in order to pick up the 1st down. But no timeouts left. They got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, as Vaughn will drop back the pass once again. Gets it to Zubai a 2nd time. Where was this when the game actually mattered? is completely mysterious to me. But with less than a minute left, Detroit State might be able to put on some points as they try to get it to the right-hand side. It is incomplete, though. And so 3rd and 12 coming up for the Pit Bulls. We'll see if they can be able to convert this 3rd down conversion. They struggled all day. It might not be any different as Vaughn tries to throw over the middle to Bennett. Bennett does get to the 1st down marker. So another 1st down for the Pit Bulls. And again, where was this when the game actually mattered? They needed this a lot earlier as they almost had themselves a touchdown there. Except the ball was thrown short. As you can see, the stats for Seth Vaughn, able to get it down, but they're not going to have any time left. This is how the game ends. That note, that will end today's ACSA primetime matchup between the DeKalb A&M Barbs and the Detroit State Pit Bulls. DeKalb A&M does come out on top, winning by a final score of 37-10. DeKalb A&M continues to show that they are a potential playoff contender, proving the 7-0 on the season and showing why they're the number 3 team in the nation. Whereas the Detroit State Pit Bulls are in danger of falling out of the top 25 completely. Thanks to this blowout loss, they do fall to 5-2 in the inaugural season. So the next ACSA primetime game that will be shown here on this channel will be on Thursday, and it's going to be a heck of a game to watch. A top 5 matchup between the number 5 team in the nation in Chattanooga Tech goes on the road to play against the number 1 team in the nation in the capital of Tennessee. Should be a heck of a matchup. Battle for that state of Tennessee. Should be a good one. So make sure you smash that like button, as well as hit subscribe if you do have to be brand new, and like what you see on this channel in general, as we are on the road to 1K as of the recording of this video, of course. In the meantime, though, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.